Okay, friends, here we are. 31 chapters of the book of Proverbs in 31 days, and we are now today at Proverbs chapter 31. The sayings of King Lemuel. And by the way, little is known about Lemuel except that he was a king who received wise teachings from his mother. His name means devoted to God. Yes, Lord, may we be devoted to you. Some believe that Lemuel and Agur were both from the kingdom of Massa, Massa, in northern Arabia. Okay, but let's dive in. Here we go. Proverbs chapter 31. The sayings of King Lemuel contain this message, which his mother taught him. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not waste your strength on women. On those who ruin kings. Look at there, folks. Even his mother is warning the young king, a man, about the ways of men and women, which really in reality applies to both men and women. Not, giving ourselves into cheap relationships or wasting our energy and our strength and our time in ungodly relationships. That's what she's pointing to. Verse 4. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol. For if they drink, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. Alcohol is for the dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. Now, folks, we just have to remember here, throughout Scripture, the warnings are always about excesses, right? It doesn't say don't eat or don't drink ever. Although if you commit your life to that, it's a good thing not to drink. But it's basically throughout Scripture, the Lord warns us about what? Being drunk, being a glutton, going to extremes, using anything that overshadows our integrity, good judgment, and our morality, right? If it leads us astray, anything becomes a toxic influence, right? And that can be many things. So just take note. All right. Verse 8. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and the helpless, and see that they get justice. Yes, Lord. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. Yes, Lord. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant's ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. Her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Her husband is well known at the city gates, where he sits with the other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to the merchants. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Now we are reading from the king's mother about finding a good wife. But men, we are called throughout the book of Proverbs and throughout Scripture to live with similar integrity and passion to honor the Lord with our lives. So even though this is a particular story in this situation, always read Scripture in context, how it impacts all of us, right? Very important. Okay, verse 28, her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Yes, Lord. Charm is deceptive, and beauty does not last. But a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise. Proverbs chapter 31.